What's up, guys? I've been a little bit absent on my YouTube channel. You know when things happen and you don't want them to happen, but then you got to deal with them when they happen? Well, my car broke out of nowhere, and it wasn't under warranty for a previous fix. Just driving it, and actually what happened was I paid $1,000 to get my brakes all replaced, and when the mechanic was driving it out, he pulled up and the car stopped. It just wasn't working anymore, and the head gasket was blown, and the head gasket had just gotten replaced 6 months earlier. And so I took it back to the place that fixed it, and they said they wouldn't fix it because it was under, they said they had a 12,000 mile warranty on it, and we were at 12,200. We missed it by 200 miles. So I put $1,000 into brakes on a car that I never got to press the brakes on. And I'm not, business is pretty good. It's going great, but I'm not a car person. I just, I have other things that I'm saving my money for. And so my mind wanted to get so angry about the situation because I didn't want to spend it on that. You know what I mean? You want something to happen maybe a certain way, or you have plans, for where you want everything to go, but then you get sidewinded. For me, it's just I had to buy a new car out of nowhere, and I didn't want to do it. And when things happen, whether it's like you want your dream to happen this way, or you want this person to behave this way, or unexpectedly you get hit with this bill or this fee or whatever it is. And my question to you is that worth losing your peace over? See, Tony Robbins says it so well. He says, we only live in two states, a beautiful state or a suffering state. Any stress, any worry, any of these things we feel, that's a suffering state. And I'm the first to admit that I'm this type of person that's like, well, some stress is normal, it's normal. And I really don't believe that we need to live in stress. And so what I've been doing, and what I invite you to consider, is think about whatever challenges you're going through, or just apply this to when they surface. Maybe there's nothing right now, no challenges. I've been doing the beautiful state challenge. So when you grasp it, you either live in a beautiful state or a suffering state. Well, what's a beautiful state? A beautiful state is a state of appreciation and joy and love for life, and everything's great. And even when things are bad, you don't let them get you down, because you're like, you know what? Life's too beautiful. I can handle this no matter what. Suffering state, on the other hand, is wishing things were other than they were, stressed about this, telling ourselves that the stress is normal, and letting that start to control us, that belief system. Now, one quick thing of advice to myself when I'm giving myself advice and I step back is, stress isn't going to make you handle that situation better. And we hear that all the time. Well, it's normal. I need to stress a little bit about this. No, it's not going to help you handle it better. So I had to remind myself that. So the beautiful state challenge is you only have two states, beautiful or suffering. You're either in stress, worry, fear, anxiety, anger, or you're in a beautiful state. Now, it doesn't mean that everything around you is beautiful. It just means that you're handling it with grace, love, compassion, joy, and appreciation, and a zest for life. So the beautiful state challenge, the biggest problem is we don't catch ourselves in a suffering state until it's too late. You know what I mean? Like, you're going through the day, and it's an hour or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 hours later, or a week later, when you finally take a breath and you're like, oh, wow, I am so stressed right now. And we don't even realize it. We get unconsciously pulled into the stress, but we don't realize it soon enough, and it takes hold of us. It's kind of like a virus that takes hold of us, and it's too late. And then we're like, wow, now I need a major reset. So the beautiful state challenge is a challenge to recognize within the first 90 seconds when we feel stress, when we feel worry, and bring ourselves back into a beautiful state. Just bring ourselves back into a beautiful state and begin each moment, each new day, each new opportunity with a grateful heart. And we do that by just simply slowing down and taking a breath and thinking about what we're grateful for. Like right now, I'm looking over the ocean. I'm grateful for all you beautiful people from around the world that are going to watch this video. There's so many things that we can be grateful for. Now, we're not saying, that there aren't challenges, because there are, but we can handle them with so much grace and so much more effectively when we bring in a beautiful state. And The real journey is self-mastery over situations. What holds us back forever is we're constantly reacting. So take up the beautiful state challenge with me to try to catch yourself within 90 seconds when you fall into a suffering state, when you start complaining, when you start judging, when you start getting anxiety or stress or worry, and then take a breath, stop, and then let's bring it back into a beautiful state. Because that's the real warrior. That's the real mastery, is to not let the outside world control you. So you're either in a beautiful state or a suffering state. And I invite you to take up the beautiful state challenge with me and start to challenge yourself to catch yourself whenever you're in a suffering state and bring it back to the joy and beauty and appreciation that you have for life, no matter what's happening around, because that is really when we get serious fulfillment in life, when we can start to master the stresses and the challenges and the quote unquote problems we have. We're either in a beautiful state or a suffering state, and I invite the two of us to move into a beautiful state more often.